Welcome into week number 10 of the Acadiana postgame football forecast. That's right, the regular season ends this week, then we move into the postseason. Before we do that though, let's look back at week 9. Your people's champ for this week and the winner of our Twitter poll is Turling's Catholic running back Jansen Lormond. Jansen kicked things off against Carencro with a 96-yard kickoff return, then he scored 2 more touchdowns on the ground. Last but certainly not least though, he scored the 2-point conversion that pushed the Rebels ahead of the Bears for a 39-38 victory. Way to go, Jansen. The people love you. Next up, we have Brontre Griffin from Highland Baptist. This might be the best individual performance we had from week 9, as Brontre rushed for 316 yards and 6 touchdowns. Yeah, count them, 6. I think it's safe to say that Brontre is back to 100% health. Then you have Leo Franquez from Ascension Episcopal. He had 175 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns as the Blue Gators went off for 66 points against LCA. Leo was actually the 4th string running back going into this summer, and he's also proof that hard work pays off. I also want to give a little bit of love to Devin Briscoe, the running back for the Cecilia Bulldogs, who led them to a win in the Civil War with over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's the bragging rights for you. C-Town, stand up. Up next, our games of the week. We have a matchup that I've been looking forward to all season long. I've had game number 1 marked down on my calendar for months. Catholic Eye versus Notre Dame to finish off the regular season with a district title on the line. Brent Indest has the Panthers rolling so far this season, and he's led by quarterback Diallo Landry, who might be the most improved quarterback in the entire area. On the opposite side, Louis Cook is relying on Bryant Thavis to sling the ball all around the field, and the Pios have been putting up silly numbers on the scoreboard all year long. Also, I want you guys to pay attention to the trenches. The Panthers have Zion Hill at defensive tackle, a guy who has all types of letters from colleges in his living room. And I think we all know about Tyler Shelvin for the Pios. That guy is a nightmare for quarterbacks, and he pretty much demands double teams. I could talk about this game for hours, but we'll let them settle it on the field before they both roll into the playoffs. Now, on to game number 2. For the 2nd straight week, the Ascension Episcopal Blue Gators find themselves in the football forecast. This week, they have their hands full with Central Catholic Morgan City. Central Catholics had their number for the last couple years, and they play a physical brand of football. That being said, the Blue Gators are a complete football team right now. They're coming off of a 66-point outing against LCA, and they look to be picking up steam as they head towards the playoffs. They're looking to lock down the number 1 seed in the playoffs and collect another district title down in Youngsville. Up next, another showdown in District 7-1A. Game 3 is all about playoff positioning, VC versus LCA. The Screamin' Eagles check in at number 9 in the LHSAA power rankings, and LCA checks in at number 6. A win from either side would give them a bit more favorable positioning whenever the playoffs start, but there's also history involved here. VC put a hurtin' on LCA last year for the final game of the season, 48-14. When you factor in that LCA is also coming off of a bad loss to Ascension Episcopal, the Knights are going to be out for blood in this one. I also want to give a little bit of love to a game that matters big time in 3A as number 2 Jennings takes on number 7 Iowa. Jennings is undefeated and led by Travis Achan, and Iowa only has 1 loss on the season, trying to get a piece of that district title. As always, you can listen to a couple games here on the Town Square Media radio waves. You can listen to Lafayette High on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. The Acadiana Wreckin' Rams are back on ESPN 1420 this week. Your St. Martin Parish game of the week on Planet Radio 105.1 will be the Cecilia Bulldogs versus St. Martinville, and Ascension Episcopal will be on Talk Radio 960 taking on Central Catholic. And remember, high school football lives at acadianapostgame.com.